Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss a video from testbook.com.
Hello friends, a very warm welcome to all of you. So guys, in the yesterday, we had a discussion of continuity equation. So we solved 2-3 questions related to continuity equation, where either the velocity field was given to us and we found out the density field. So, I think there was a question of wind tunnel also. So in the wind tunnel, we found out the other velocity component from the density field and velocity field. So like this, 3 questions were there. In fact, this is a recorded video and this video was recorded on the same day. That is yesterday only. Actually, as I told you, on 11th and 12th, I will not be available. I have some urgent piece of work. So I have to travel and some personal work, not related to classes or seminars. So I thought if there is no video, your continuity might break, your practice might break. So without wasting any time, let us see some questions. So just now, actually I framed a question just now, which is not too deep in terms of concepts of fluid mechanics. Actually, it's a simple question only. It's more like logic and you can easily solve it. But I will tell you this question within a few minutes after 1 or 2 questions. So let's check what is the other question which I want to solve first. So it says the velocity field of an unsteady state flow. So what kind of flow is there? There is some unsteady state flow is there. So basically the velocity is going to be a function of time, right? Is given as v vector equal to 6x I cap. So obviously this is the u component of velocity. 4y plus 10 j cap, v component, y component of velocity, and 2tk cap, that is w, z component of velocity. So for this flow field, they are asking you streamline. What is the equation of streamline that passes through the point 2, 6, 4 at t equal to 2 seconds? So I hope everyone remembers in our syllabus, GATE syllabus, there are 3 important lines, some sort of imaginary lines. But if you will open a book like Sengel or Munson and Young or Crow, Hankey, so in all these books, you will find another line also, which is called as timeline. We are not interested in it. We are interested in streamlines, streak lines and path lines. Okay. Now, when we talk of streamline is an instantaneous concept. Streamlines are defined for a time instant. They are not defined for a time period. So let us suppose the fan is running. Actually, right now the fan is off. And I'm wearing a lot of clothes. Now winter is going on and I'm in Kurukshetra. So what I was saying, so because if the fan is running, then the air in this room is moving, but let me take a photo. So I'm talking of a particular time instant. Now during this time instant, let me say that there is a point x, y, z. Let me say that there is a point x, y, z, and maybe at time instant t, the streamline passing through the point looks like this. Then you will immediately say that the velocity vector, instantaneous velocity vector, is along this direction, that is tangent to the streamline. So what do streamlines tell you? Streamlines tell you the direction of instantaneous velocity vector at different points in the flow. So at every point there will be an instantaneous streamline, and according to the direction of the streamline, that is tangent to the streamline, you will have the direction of instantaneous velocity. Now I hope you remember, for steady state flow, the shape of streamline passing through a point is constant, is fixed. And for unsteady state flow, the shape of streamline passing through a point changes with time. If we have a uniform flow, then at a particular time instant, the streamlines in the flow field, they are straight parallel lines. at any time instant, they are straight parallel lines for uniform flow. So like this, there were some properties. And I hope you remember, at any point, the three-dimensional slope of the streamline can be written as dx by u equal to dy by v equal to dz by w. And if we solve this, we will get the equation of streamline, right? I hope you remember this. This is the three-dimensional slope of streamline. This equation represents three-dimensional slope of streamline. Now, in this particular question, what is u? U is equal to 6x. V is equal to 4y plus 10 and W is equal to 2t. So let me write it over here. U is equal to 6x. V is equal to 4y plus 10 and 4y plus 10. And I think W is equal to 2t. Let me confirm also so that there is no mistake. Yes, 6x, 4y plus 10 and 2t. Now, I hope you remember, when we say equation of a streamline means the relation between the coordinates of the point at streamline. What is the relation between x, y and z coordinate of the point which lies on the streamline, right? So you need a relation between x and y. You will need a relation between x and z. So to get these relations, let us first consider the first pair of the equality. So what you will say? You will say dx by x is equal to dy by v. So for any point x comma y comma z, the equation of the streamline can be given like this. And what is u? U is the x component of velocity at the point, that is 6x. V is the y component of velocity at the same point, that is 4y plus 10. Instantaneous velocity components. Now obviously this is a differential equation already in variable separable form. And if I will integrate it, I will get a relation between x and y. And obviously you can take a 2 common also. So 2 is common on both the sides, left and right hand side. So this will become dx by 3x upon dy by 2y plus 5, right? This is how we can write it. So let us do one thing. Let us integrate both the sides. So dx by x, the integral will become ln x, and there is 1 by 3 also. On the other side, you will have integral of ln 2y plus 5. Obviously, there will be a 2 in the denominator. And then there will be a constant of integration also. Please note, this was not a partial derivative which we have integrated. We have done total integration only, right? So 1 by 3 a ln b is nothing but ln b raised to power a, right? Similarly, on the left hand side, a ln b is nothing but ln b raised to power a, and this will be the constant. Let us simplify this. Let us take this on the other side. So I will have natural log of a minus natural log of b, that is a by b. So cube root of x upon 2y plus 5 under root, and this will be equal to constant. Let us take exponential on the both sides. So on right hand side, if you take exponential of a constant, that will be a constant only. So let me write exponential of constant as c only. So here you will have cube root of x upon 2y plus 5 under root, right? So this is the relation between x and y. And obviously you can find out this constant. You know why? Because we are talking of a point 2, 6, 4 and we need the equation of streamline at time t equal to 2 seconds. So for the point which lies on the streamline, if the x coordinate of the point is 2, the y coordinate of the point must be 6, right? We need a streamline. We need a streamline which passes through this point. I hope you remember, this is the general equation of streamline. This is the family of streamline. So if you are doing if you are performing an experiment on the car for calculating its drag, understanding its drag and aerodynamics, then you will see a lot of smoke lines. That is a family of streamline, but we need a particular streamline which is passing through 2, 6, 4. So you will say this point must lie on the streamline. So if x value is equal to 2, y value has to be 6 and z value has to be 4. So once you substitute it, I think you will have x cube root, that is 2 raised to power 1 by 3 upon 2y plus 5. So 2 into 6 plus 5, and there is an under root equal to constant. So I think this will become 2 cube root upon, so I think what is this, 2 into 6 is 12, 12 plus 5 is 17. So this will become 17 under root. So this is the value of the constant. Guys, please do check. I hope I have done the calculations correctly. So while solving, please do check my calculations. Okay. Now what will happen? So what you have, when you will put the constant over there, you will get x cube root upon 2y plus 5 raised to power 1 by 2 is equal to 2 cube root upon 17 under root. So I think I can write x by 2 cube root is equal to 2y plus 5 upon 17 under root. I hope I can write like this. Now you take cube on the both sides. So you will have x is equal to twice of 2y plus 5 upon 17 raised to power 3 by 2. So this is a relationship between x and y. So you can write in any form. You can write in form of y in terms of x also. That will depend upon your options. So I have written in terms of x in terms of y. But depending upon the options, if y is written in terms of x, then you can go in the other manner also. Now we have found out x in terms of y. Similarly, we can find out x in terms of z. Then you have got a relation between x, y and z. So let us go with the other thing also. So what do you have? You have u is equal to 6x and w is equal to 2t. So let me relate x and z. Let me relate what? X and z. So just a minute guys. 6x. Right, I have written it correctly. So I will write, now I will find out the relation between x and z. But I know dx by u is equal to dz by w. So dx by 6x is equal to dz by 2t. Now this obviously 6 and 2 they will cancel out. So you will have dx by 3x is equal to dz by t. Right? Now guys, please run your horses. We are finding out the equation of streamline. And streamline is defined for a time instant. So for that particular time instant, I think this time value is constant only, right? For a particular time instant, the time value is a constant. Yes or no? Correct, na? So this time is acting as a constant when you derive the equation of streamline. Please pause it a little. If you are not able to understand it, then please do ask the doubts in the comment box or separately. Anyway, you can contact me, right? Now what I will do, I will integrate. So you will have 1 by 3 natural log of x is equal to z by t plus constant, right? And obviously this can be written as x cube root ln equal to z by t plus constant. If I take exponential on the other side, x cube root e raised to power z by t plus constant. Now e raised to power a plus e raised to power b, that can be written as e raised to power a, e raised to power b. So basically this e raised to power c can be written separately as another constant. So let me write separately it as another constant. So x cube root is equal to some constant e raised to power z by t. Now let us take a cube. So x will become cube of a constant, that is another constant, e raised to power 3z by t. Now it is given to us that the streamline has to pass from 2, 6, 4 when the time is 2 seconds. So x value is 2, z value is 4 and the time value is 2 seconds. So I think the constant that you are getting, that is nothing but 2 upon e raised to power 6. 2 upon e raised to power 6. So your equation will become x equal to, in this equation I will substitute the constant. So your equation will become actually the bottom equation. Sorry, this equation. So we will substitute and we will get e raised to power 3z by t minus 6. So this is x in terms of z. So what do we have? We have found out x in terms of z, that is e raised to power 3z by t minus 6, and we have also found out x in terms of y, that is how much? 2 times 2y plus 5 raised to power 17 3 by 2. 2 times raised into 2y plus 5 by 17 raised to power 3 by 2. Now this is the complete equation of the streamline. So here I have written x in terms of y and z. Sometimes you can also do, you can write x in terms of y and z in terms of y, है ना? जिस तरीके से options हो उस तरीके से आप mold कर सकते हैं. Now this same question has one more part, and that part is find out the predict the path line of the particle. I think this we have done again and again. So matlab in last 2-3 videos I have done it multiple times, so I will not ask you to do it again. Okay, now this you can do it yourself. So last to last video also we found out the path line. So how do you do it? You will simply say u is equal to 6x. So velocity at a point is nothing but the rate of change of position of the particle at the point. So if you integrate this, you will get x as a function of time. Similarly, y as a function of time, z as a function of time. You eliminate time and you will get the path line of the particle, right? So this you can do yourself. This you have to do yourself. Now let us see the next question. This question is from GATE XC 2010. And actually this is a good question. Here there is a possibility of making a mistake. So in XC there is one more question which actually I have some doubt in it. So I'm not sure regarding the answer. So I have not presented it till now. So that question belongs to 2020, and actually that question is there in Senjal and Simbala also. So Senjal and Simbala latest edition, you will find that question, similar question in chapter number 8, I think, differential analysis of the conservation principles, Senjal and Simbala. What is that question? That there is a flap and the flap is rotating about its axis. So you have to check which one is the streamline, path line and streak line. ठीक है? So मैं आपको ना जब मेरे को टाइम मिलेगा मैं एक बार ना सोच के समझ के तभी उसका आंसर दूंगा, क्योंकि मैं ना उसके आंसर में श्योरिटी नहीं है, मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट आ रहा है उस क्वेश्चन में बार बार, और अभी मैंने काफी टाइम से उस क्वेश्चन को ट्राई भी नहीं किया है. तो मतलब मेरे को जब स्टूडेंट ने प्रेजेंट किया था क्वेश्चन तो आई सॉ इट, but at that time I did not solve it, and I have seen many students ask the question, but you just give me some time. अगर कल मुझे टाइम मिलता है वापस आने के बाद, so I will try my level best to solve that question. But this one is a good question, simple question, but tricky question. Tricky in the sense lot of students made a mistake in this. Now check what it says. Wind is blowing east to west at time t less than capital T. So basically they have defined a time instant t like 3 o'clock. So before 3 o'clock the wind was blowing east to west and switches to south north at time t equal to capital T. So exactly at 3 o'clock the wind changes its direction, and after 3 o'clock the direction remains the same. They are asking you after 3 o'clock which of the following curves represents the streak line. After 3 o'clock which of the following curve represents the streak line. So guys, I hope you remember streamline, streak line and path line. Guys, just a second. I think, okay, so okay. Now it's fine, na? So first of all, let us try to remember streak line. So guys, there are three lines. Streamlines we already know. Streamline does not represent the path of a particle. Streamline is an imaginary line defined for a time instant. So when we do the wind tunnel experiments, we release the smoke particles and we take a photo. So we can see some streamlines. So at a particular time instant, if you have a streamline, then at any point on the streamline, you can show the direction of velocity. So streamline drawn for a time instant depicts the direction of velocity for the same time instant. Pathline. Pathline is the path traveled by a particle. So pathline is not a time instant concept. It is a video concept. It is a time period concept. And pathline tells us the position of particle as it moves. Pathline tells the instantaneous velocity of the same particle as it moves ahead. है ना? So streamline tells us instantaneous velocity at different points for the same time instant, and pathline tells the instantaneous velocity of single particle as it moves ahead with time. है ना? So I'm not discussing too much. I hope you remember these things. पर अगर इनमें कोई डाउट लगे तो मुझे जरूर बता देना, मैं आपको अलग से रिवाइज करा दूंगा. ठीक है? What was the next line? The next line was streak line. So streak line is an instantaneous concept just like streamline, but its definition is slightly different. So there is a source like a nozzle of a pipe. So from the nozzle, water particles are coming out. So A particle will come out, move ahead. B particle will come out, move ahead. C particle will come out, move ahead. So like this continuously, particles are coming out and moving ahead. So you know the order in which the particles came out. Now immediately at a particular time instant, you click a photo. So in this photo, you can see all the particles which came out of the nozzle. So join those particles in the same order in which the particles came out. So what we will have? We will have a locus of instantaneous positions of the particles that came out from a single source. समझ रहे ना आप? So streak line जो है वो अलग अलग particles की position बताती है for a particular time instant. मगर इन पार्टिकल्स की कॉमन बात क्या है कि ये सभी पार्टिकल्स एक ही पॉइंट से चालू किए थे. अब जैसे से फॉर एग्जांपल लेट अस कंसीडर द सेम क्वेश्चन. सो व्हाट वी हैव, दिस इज द नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन, दिस इज द साउथ डायरेक्शन, दिस इज द ईस्ट एंड दिस इज द वेस्ट. सो दे से इनिशियली द विंड इज ब्लोइंग ईस्ट टू वेस्ट. सो लेट मी assume in random that for t equal to 0 up to t equal to 5 seconds the wind is east to west. Okay, east to west. And then for t equal to 5 to t equal to 10 seconds, we have the wind north to south to north. And there is a nozzle. From the nozzle, particles are coming out after every interval of 1 second. So particle which came out at t equal to 0 second. So from t equal to 0 second to t equal to 5 second, this particle will have 5 seconds to travel. So in 5 seconds, exactly at t equal to 5 second, the particle which came out will be somewhere here because the wind is blowing from east to west. So the first particle which came out will have covered a distance of 5 units in these 5 seconds. Now the second particle came out at t equal to 1 second. But from t equal to 1 second to t equal to 5 second, this particle will have only 4 seconds to travel. So I think मैंने थोड़ा सा confuse कर दिया, मैं दोबारा से repeat कर देता हूँ, घबराना नहीं है. Actually what I am saying is that at every instant a particle is coming out. After every 1 second a particle is coming out. Okay? And the particles are coming out and moving. Particles are coming out and moving. So what I will do, exactly at t equal to 5 second, I will take a photo. So in that photo, I will see the particle which came out at t equal to 0 second. So there was a particle number 1. Particle number 1 came out at t equal to 0 second. So from t equal to 0 to t equal to 5 seconds, it will have a time period of 5 seconds to travel. So let us say the particle speed is 1 meter per second. So how much distance it will cover? 5 units. Then the second particle will come out after 1 second. But from t equal to 1 second to t equal to 5 second, that is when we click the photo, this particle will have only 4 seconds to travel. So it will cover 4 units. Similarly, third particle will come out. It will have 3 seconds to travel when we click the photo and it will cover 3 units. Similarly, fourth particle will come out at t equal to 3 seconds. It will have only 2 seconds to travel. So it will cover 2 units. And the fifth particle will come out at t equal to 4 seconds and it will have only 1 second to travel. So it will cover 1 unit, right? So exactly at t equal to 5 seconds, if I will click a photo, I will see the particles like this. Particle 1 at a distance of 1 unit, particle 2 at a distance of 4 unit, particle 3 at a distance of 3 unit, 4 and 5, particle number 5, and the sixth particle is coming out, right? Now exactly at this time instant when we have taken a photo, the wind velocity has changed now. Now the particles are moving up. Now what I will do, next photo I will take at t equal to 8 seconds. So this is the instantaneous position of particles at t equal to 5 seconds. So at t equal to 5 seconds, if I draw the streak line, which line? Streak line. So I will join 1 with 2, I will join 2 with 3, I will join 3 with 4 and so on, right? But they are asking you the streak line at a time which is greater than t, that is greater than 5. So let me consider it as 8 seconds. Now what will happen? I think from t equal to 5 second to t equal to 8 second, every particle will go towards north and these particles will have 3 seconds to travel. So they will cover 3 unit distance. So this is the new position of particle 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash and 6 dash, right? So how do you draw the streak line? 1 dash to 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash and 6 dash. So this is the streak line at t equal to 8 seconds, right? So in this manner, I have drawn the streak line. Now I know in this particular question, a lot of things can be done. Say for example, you can draw the path lines of the particle. You can draw the streamlines of the particle. So you can draw path lines of the particle from t equal to 0 to t equal to 8 seconds. You can draw streamlines of the particle, streamlines at a time instant less than 5 seconds. You can draw streamlines at a time instant greater than 5 seconds. ठीक है ना? तो ये आप सारे काम करके देख सकते हैं और आपको आप थोड़ा सा अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. सो ये मैं अभी के लिए आपको होमवर्क दे रहा हूं. सो जस्ट इस वीडियो ओवर होने के बाद ये होमवर्क ट्राई करो, पाथ लाइंस भी बनाओ, स्ट्रीम लाइंस भी बनाओ एंड डू लेट मी नो इफ देयर इज अ डाउट. बाकी अगर आपको याद हो, मैं इस तरह का एक क्वेश्चन कराता होता हूँ समझाने के लिए. मैं बोलता होता हूँ कि धरती गर्म हो गई है तो हवा ऊपर उठ रही होगी, मगर अब तूफान आ गया है तो हवा हॉरिजॉन्टली मूव करने लगेगी. तो हम पाथ लाइंस बनाते हैं, स्ट्रीम लाइंस बनाते हैं, स्ट्रीक लाइंस बनाते हैं. सो दिस इज द सेम फंडा. ओके, सो व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? द आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ऑप्शन ए. द आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन ए, राइट? ओके, नाउ लास्ट क्वेश्चन. Let us see the last question. Actually, from streamlines, streak lines, path lines in ME paper or CE paper, mechanical or civil paper, questions are quite simple. They ask you the equation of streamline, or they ask you the equation of path line, which we have done a lot of times, or they might ask you the properties of streamlines and path lines and streak lines. But I thought, let me give you a question. It will just it would be like cherry on the cake. So actually it's a simple question. It is not a difficult question. Just now, before your class I framed it, so I have not copied it from somewhere. Actually, this question I took from Som Sahab's kitab, and this question that we did, it is a GATE XE question. But this question I have framed it myself only. Okay. Now let me show you the question, and it is based on everything is based on your own syllabus only. तो ये सब कुछ मैंने आपके सिलेबस में जो इक्वेशंस होती है ना उन्हीं पे बेस करके बनाया है और बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है एक्चुअली. So what it says, maybe there is a factory and there is a very big room or hall in the factory with a very big furnace at one of its corners. So there is a 3D room. Okay, there is a 3D room. This is a 3D room, and this is the furnace. And I found out that it would be good if we take the radius of furnace to be 1 units. So ये वाला जो formula बनाया है, ये formula 1 unit के accordingly बनाया हुआ है. So I took the radius of furnace as 1 meters or 1 unit, you can say 1 meter. And as far as I remember, if I remember correctly, this side took as 20 meters. This side took as 30 meters, and this side took as 40 meters. And I placed a Cartesian coordinate system at this corner of the room. Okay. And there is a small, you can say, maybe that window for exhaust fan at the other corner of the room. So obviously, if you want to write down the coordinates, these coordinates are going to be 40, 20 and 30, right? I think these will be the coordinates. 40 along x, 20 along y and 30 along z. Now at a time instant, initial time instant, a bird or maybe an insect comes inside the room and it goes to the floor with this velocity. It goes to the floor with this velocity. It will stand on the floor. Okay? Obviously, there will be some time period for the bird to land on the floor. And maybe the bird lands over here. Okay. So, these points actually need to be found out. This is the point where the bird will land. So, from here to here, the bird will take some time. Maybe 1 second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds. And actually, my numbers were in such a manner that for bird, the time was a little large. It was coming out to be something like 40 seconds, 10 seconds, I think, something like this. So the bird will land on the floor in some time period. Now by chance, at the same time instant, when the bird entered the room, this furnace was started. So if I take any random point x, y, z, the temperature at the point varies in this manner, where Tf is the final temperature at the point. So obviously when you will start a furnace, the temperature at a point will rise up. And actually this is a increasing temperature profile. You know what is this? This is nothing but heating up of what you call heating of lump. So मैंने उसी से equation बनाया है, वैसे equation बनाया है. So at a particular point, the temperature is increasing in this manner, where Tf is the final temperature at the point, final equilibrium temperature at the point. And how do you find out final equilibrium temperature at any point? By this equation. So they are asking you, from the time instant when the bird enters the room to the final time instant when the bird lands on the floor, how much temperature difference does the bird observe? समझ रहे हैं आप? So it's a very simple question. It's not at all difficult. and it does not have deep concepts of fluid mechanics also. You just think a little and you will be able to find out your answer. Only thing is the question, it is a little lengthy and there are more chances of making mistake. But this is some sort of practical scenario. Hai? This is a practical scenario only. This is related to comfort of the bird, right? So you will say, sir, humans don't get comfort and we are interested in comfort of birds. Bhai, they are living souls. So as a human being, it is our responsibility to talk about the comfort of everyone, right? So just a second, let me drag this slide. And I hope I can drag this slide. No, we can't drag this slide. So I will have to bring another slide over here. Okay. Okay, so guys, obviously we know from this equation that the temperature at any point is changing with time, right? So what is this? TF minus 20, TF minus 15, TF minus 15, and e raised to power minus t by e raised to power minus t by 60 and TF is the final temperature at a point whose coordinates are x comma y comma z, right? So here you do not have a y square, it is z square only because you have a cylindrical furnace now. So I am assuming that isothermal surfaces will be cylindrical surfaces. That's why y is not there. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the initial position of the bird, that is at t equal to 0. We have to find out the final position of the bird when the bird lands on the floor. We will find out the temperature at this point. We will find out the temperature at this point, and the difference of the two temperatures will give us our answer, right? Now, what is the initial position? I think initial position is 40, 20, 30. 40, 20, 30. So this is the position of the particle at initial time instant, right? So for the same position, let us find out the temperature for the same time instant. That is the initial temperature observed by the bird. But you will need the final temperature if you want to solve the equation. So let me find out the final temperature for this position, because at every position due to heat of the furnace, the temperature is increasing. At every position due to heat of the furnace, the temperature is increasing. So we are assuming a final equilibrium temperature at every position, which is given by this equation. So for 40, 20, 30, what is the final equilibrium temperature? I think this will be given as 60 minus 0.8 under root of x square plus z square. So under root will become 50. So 60 minus 0.8 into 50, that is 20 degrees Celsius, right? So this is the final temperature at the corner point from where the bird starts. But this is not the actual temperature at the corner point. This is the final equilibrium temperature at the corner point. Now what we want to do, for the same corner point, we want to find out the temperature at time instant t equal to 0. Because this is the time instant when bird was sitting over there. So you will say at time instant t equal to 0, if I consider the point, what was the point? 40, 20, 30. The temperature at any time instant is given as TF minus 15 e raised to power minus t by 1, t by how much? T by 60, minus t by 60, right? So what will happen? So for t equal to 0, this term will become 0. E raised to power 0 is 1. And what is the final temperature at this point? 20. So you will have 20 minus 15. So your answer will be 15 degrees Celsius. So at the corner point, initial temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. And this is the initial temperature of the bird also. Now the bird starts moving and the bird lands on the floor. First of all, let me check the velocity vector of the bird. So velocity vector of the bird is given as minus I cap minus 20 j cap by y minus k cap. I think if I derive the path line of the particle, I can use that idea to find out that how much time the particle or the bird in this case takes to land on the floor. Let me show you how. So when the bird is landing on the floor, I think the y coordinate will become 0, right? So just have a look at the v component, v velocity component, y velocity component. So you will say small v equal to minus 20 by y. But v is nothing, it is dy by dt. That is minus 20 by y. So what you will do, if you will integrate, you will have y square by 2 equal to minus 20t. So we know the initial y coordinate of the bird, that is nothing but 20 meters, that is the top. And the final y coordinate of the bird is 0 because the bird will land on the floor. So what you will have? You will have 0 minus y square by 2, that is 20 square by 2 equal to minus 20t. So I think I will have minus 400 by 2 equal to minus 20t. So time will be 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds, the bird will land on the ground. Now let me check the final point on the ground. Let me find out all the coordinates of that point on the ground. Because if I want to check the temperature at a point, I will need x and z coordinate also. So what I will do, I have 10 seconds, right? Now, what is the x component of velocity? X component of velocity is u equal to minus 1. But u can be written as dx by dt. Actually, here, the velocity of the bird was expressed in terms of field. So, Eulerian approach. So, even though we are studying a particle object, its velocity is expressed in terms of Eulerian field. And to make things easy for us, we are converting it into Lagrangian approach. Now dx by dt equal to minus 1. So dx is equal to minus dt. So if I integrate this equation, I know at t equal to 0, my particle, that is the bird, is located at the other corner, that is 40 units. And I want to find out the x coordinate of the bird when the bird lands on the ground. That is time is equal to 10 seconds. So let me call it as x dash. So I will have x dash minus 40 is equal to minus 10 minus 0. That is 10 only. And x dash will become 30, right? So x dash is 30. X is decreasing. Obviously, bhaiya, because the bird is coming in the room, it is going towards the origin. That's why x is decreasing. Similarly, if we talk of z, so z coordinate, we know w is equal to minus 1. So dw by dt, that is equal to dz by dt, that is equal to minus 1, and dz is equal to minus dt. So if I integrate, initially the z coordinate is 30 meters. After 10 seconds, what will be the z coordinate? So z dash minus 30 is equal to minus 10. So z dash is equal to 20. So when the bird lands on the ground, its coordinates will be 30, 0, 20. And when it lands on the ground, the time instant is how much? 10 seconds, right? So what we will do, for this particular time instant, we will find out the temperature at this point. This is the final temperature experienced by the bird, right? During this time period of 10 seconds. So for any point, if you need the temperature at a given time instant, you will have to find out what is the final temperature at the point, equilibrium temperature at the point, right? But how do you write final equilibrium temperature? It is written as 60 minus point under root of x square plus z square. Now what is our point? Our point is 30, 0, 20. So this becomes 60 minus 0.8 under root of 30 square plus 20 square. So that becomes 900 plus 400 under root 1300 under root. So if I take under root of 1300 multiplied by 0.8 and subtract it from 60, I'm getting a final temperature of 31.15 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, this is the final temperature at the point, final equilibrium temperature at the point after very long time, the point where the bird lands. But I need the temperature at the same point when the time is 10 seconds. So what I will do, I will put the value of final temperature, equilibrium temperature at the point, minus 31.15 minus 15. But I need the temperature when the time is 10 seconds. So let us solve it. So what we have e raised to power minus 1 by 6. So minus 1 by 6 multiplied by 31.15 minus 15, and then I will have minus 31.15. So the temperature here will be 17.479. So what we are getting? We are getting when the bird started here at t equal to 0, the temperature here was 15 degrees Celsius. And by the time the bird lands over here, the temperature here becomes 17.479 degrees Celsius. So what is the rise in temperature experienced by the bird? It is 2.479 degrees Celsius. Okay. So I hope this question is clear to you. It was a simple question only, but the best part was, I hope you were able to understand that we were talking of a single particle, and for the single particle, the velocity was expressed in Eulerian field. But since we are studying a single particle, I converted it to Lagrangian approach, found out the pathline equation of the particle in parametric form. X in terms of time, parametric form. Y in terms of time, parametric form. This helped me understand how much time the bird takes to land on the floor and what will be the final coordinates of the point, right? So I hope you enjoyed this question, and the other two questions also quite simple questions. Gate mechanical and gate civil have definitely experienced very simple questions in terms of the last 3-4 topics that we have done. And in fact, the next video, that is tomorrow's video, that will be stream function, and the other video will be velocity potential function. These videos are also going to be very simple. So tomorrow's video will also be a recorded one, but day after tomorrow, I will be back live. Okay. So thank you. I hope you liked the questions. See you in the next video. Thank you.